Hello, my name is Jawad Ali, and in this video, I will be talking about a scenario where we are finding the probability of ransomware encryption or exfiltration of a 10 to 50 size organization in Germany. So it's about finding what are your chances of being affected by a ransomware if you are 10 to 50 organization in Germany. So this is a video related to that question. I will be using risk quantification. So I will be using actual data is not high level or medium and high. So I'll not be using categories. This is to provide you more information about the actual exposure as opposed to low, medium, and high. I'm not able to do that. Well, the problem with quantitative risk analysis is that I will not be able to tell you what is high, what is low, and what is medium, and that's why I'm doing the risk quantification. So let's start. So the question is already I've already said that this is the question I will be trying to answer. What's the average annual likelihood of encryption or exfiltration of a 10 to 50 size organization in Germany? Okay. So for this, in order to answer this question, I need data. And this is the column source, description, and figure, the areas where I am gathering all the sources of information. And I'm using all these sources for some inputs. One of them is minimum, most likely, and maximum. What are the minimum number of incidents we are seeing? That's what we are trying to minimum number of incidents of encryption and exfiltration in Germany. What is the most likely? What is like the average number we are seeing for incidents? And what is the maximum number that we observe? So this is the maximum. I will also be using Monte Carlo. This is pretty standard. And I'm also going to need the number of 10 to 50 size organization in Germany, which include businesses as well. So yeah, now would be the inputs. So let's start with the ransomware live. The first figure that I got is 224, and this is from the number of cumulative incidents for the country, which is Germany, in 2025. So here it is. It's the Germany, and you can see that the number of victims have increased to 231. And this is what I'm using. I'm also using 2024 data. So this is 181 victims for Germany. Ransomware Live is a platform where incidents related to ransomware are recorded. So what happens is that when a ransomware encrypts a company's systems, they demand payment for the decryption of data. And if the organization don't pay the ransomware groups, they would publish the data on websites to to pressure them into, of course, making the payment. So uh, ransomware live records those posted leaks by the ransomware groups, and they recorded it. So it's not the full number of ransomware victims. It just give us some understanding, a starting point at least, because there's some data and we need data because we're short on data here. So it's a good source of information. For 2025, we have 231 so far. For 2024, we have 181. So this is what we're using. When I was conducting this analysis, it was 224 for Germany. It's increased to 231. And for 2024, it is 180. This is approximate number. In 2024, what happened is that there was this category of incidents where the origin of the country was not known, which is 456. And I then used some understanding, some analysis to find the number of the contribution of Germany to the unknown incidents. So I have gathered the Germany incidents in the unknown as well. I have added it to the noun, which is 180. So I'm using 2024, not 2025. Why? Well, 2024 is complete year. 2025 is still in progress. It's the ninth month, so yeah, we might have more victims, but it's not incomplete. So I'm using 2024 data mostly as a baseline. So I'm adding when you add 15 to 180, you have 195. I'm adding some more analysis. So the thing is that what I'm trying to do is reverse engineer my way back up, because what we're seeing in the ransomware live is that these are the victims that are known to the public. So there are definitely people who have had the ransomware and because of that they are not appearing on the list. Well, there are some groups, who don't post on the leak sites, and there are some groups who are not, indexed by the ransomware live. So I'm accounting for those things, and because of that, you have this 10%, 30%, all of this. You can read it, but the idea is I'm reversing my back to the real number. And the way I see this is that the true number that I see is 278. Okay, that's all I'm seeing. It is starting with 200 180 and it moves on to 278. This is for ransomware live. But we also have other sources of information. We have in Germany, people, there is a law that means that companies must report ransomware incidents to the law enforcement. And based on that incidence, we for 2024 we have 950. For 2023 we have 1018. So you can see that the number is around 1000. But there is also one estimate that 40% of incidents are only reported, meaning that 950 is just 40%. The 60%, is not reported. So when we account for that 60% not reported, it is around 2,500. There is also 17 to 20% on the posted on leak side, but just it's not relevant here. So I'm going to remove it. And there is also, in order to find, we also need to find the number of organization in Germany. And based on Statistica, we find that in Germany there are 350,000 organizations. So we use that for a number of organizations. So let's see, this is a good starting point, but remember when we add up some more data, we end up with 278. So approximately the minimum is 250. We already seeing 224 in 2025. So as minimum, you can say that it must be, something around this figure. So 250 is a minimum. And most likely we're also seeing that the number of cases 950, 1018. So most likely the true number of cases is around 1000. Well, why not we're using the 2500 as most likely? Because the number is just an estimation. Like I said, this is based on research that 40% are incident are only reported. So we're mostly using that. But the data, according to data, we are using data to do this analysis. Oh, we can confidently say that it's 1000 most likely. And also we have maximum value. The maximum value is derived from this 40 number incident. So yeah, you have 1018. And 60, when you add 60% of that, this becomes, of course, the 3000. So once this is the inputs to Monte Carlo. Monte Carlo is like doing simulations. You're doing generating random number between 250 and 3000, and 1000. And based on this generation of numbers, you create the outputs, which is the mean value, the fifth and 95th. I have used a Visual Studio Code here, and this is the output. So as you can see that the mean here is this average number. This is the fifth percentile. This is the 95th percentile. So these are the numbers, and you have to also understand the mean number. So the mean is the average number. This is the most likely number that we are seeing, and according to data. And the fifth percentile and the 95th percentile is that most likely, if you were to say that, these are extreme values, less than 5% and more than 95%, you have a very small chance of being in that area. So that's why we use fifth percentile and 95th percentile. It just means that you are in this, between the fifth to 95th area, most likely. So that's why we use fifth percentile. It's something in scientific terms. We use that most often. So I've used that as well. And based on the fifth, 95th, and mean, we are calculating the chances. So we are seeing 1,416, 1,416 incidents, 571 incidents for the fifth percentile, and in 95th percentile, we have 2,471. So when we divide the 1416 by 350,000 and multiply this with 100, we get this percentage. So it's 0.40% actually. I will have to add that. So it's percent. Same goes here. Same goes here. This is the minimum. So 571 divided by 350,000. It gives us a minimum. Um, and then this is the maximum. We're doing the same. 2,471 divided by 350,000, adding and multiplying 100 to convert it to percentage. And so this is what we are left with. So the range, to just sum it up, if you are a German organization and you are in the range of 10 to 50, um, the chance of a ransomware encrypting or exfiltrating your data is zero point 0.4 to 0.7%. This is a general estimation. It could be higher, it could be lower. Like I said, this is between 90% of the events. It most likely you have this case. For others, it could be higher. So this is the analysis. Of course, it can be improved. I've just done it quickly. The most likely the maximum value change, but most likely we are seeing this number. So yeah, for Germany, I think you cannot just expect 30,000 cases. For corporate ransomware cases, you have something like this. So yeah, it's pretty much stable. You can rely on these inputs. Thank you very much. This is for today. Hope you like this video. If you like, please like and subscribe. I'll really appreciate it. It's the start of the channel, so I need support. Thank you very much.